What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 88 of the Special Conditions podcast, where our love for Pokemon and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Monday, July 5th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I'm joined by my co-host this week, Ken Pescator.
Yo,
how are you?
Up? What's up, man?
Not too much. 4th of July happened. Fireworks.
Yeah. Did you grill?
I did not grill.
Were you an American?
I did not grill, so therefore I guess I'm not.
I grilled. That's my patriotic gesture. I made some grilled asparagus and zucchini.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Dude, it was amazing. Corn on the cob. We had sweet potatoes up on there. Whole bunch of veggies. It was good stuff.
All right, well, speaking about good stuff, on today's show, we're going to take a look at two different angles of Chilling Reign with some cards that are high-performing and some cards that feature unique artwork, if that sounds cool. Does that sound cool?
That sounds pretty awesome.
All right, and then we're going to do our TN Comics pack opening, and then our card of the week this week is going to be Ball Guy, the supporter card from Shining Fates.
Yay!
Ursaring will be our featured Art of the Week card. And then we've got a couple listener emails, and then Ken will lead a discussion on the current state of the card market and the different ways to acquire cards.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about some stuff. I know, like, I'm trying to bring like diverse conversations to the show and to get the community involved, and it's been fun so far. So I just wanted to talk about some topics that I haven't heard talked about too much, including like just where things are at and how, the bubble has impacted the way we get cards. So looking forward to talking about it.
All right. So jumping straight in, we'll talk about the Chilling Reign performers. So Shadow Rider Calyrex and Ice Rider Calyrex are making a ton of waves in the competitive scene right now. And Shadow Rider's pretty much leading the way.
And you're talking about the VMAX, right?
The VMAXs, yes. So the Shadow Rider VMAX has a whopping 320 hit points. It has an ability saying Underworld Door. Once during your turn, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your hand to one of your bench Psychic Pokemon. If you attach an energy to a Pokemon in this way, draw 2 cards. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's pretty stacked.
Like, okay, let me attach it from my hand and draw 2 cards?
Yeah, that's pretty
Energy
legit.
acceleration and draw power? This sounds a lot like Welder, only I can do it every single turn.
Every turn?
As long as I have an energy, that's pretty broken. It is a VMAX. It's weakness to darkness and resistance to fighting. So it will lose against some darkness decks, but weakness isn't everything. As we proved in the last episode, just putting in different Pokemon that can utilize and go against those is fine, and they do a good job by putting Galarian Zapdos into the deck, where it only needs 1 energy to knock out a fully powered up Eternatus VMAX. And its attack is for 3 colorless. It's called Max Geist. Does 10 damage, but this attack does 30 more damage for each Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So if you've got 3 Psychic Energies just attached to this, you're doing 100 damage.
Yeah, that's solid.
But with the ability to keep attaching energies multiple times to multiple Pokemon in your turn, this can add up really quickly.
The art is pretty amazing too. I don't know. I guess it's with all the stuff going on in the background of the card. It just looks, I don't know. It has a very unique background.
Yes. And then moving on to Ice Rider Calyrex. This one does not have an ability, but it is sitting at a whopping 320 hit points. Evolves from Ice Rider Calyrex V. For 2 colorless, it does Ride of the High King. It does 10 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So that's already good against something like Eternatus, because you're just doing more damage for the more Pokemon that they have on the field.
But like, how often do you get caught out there in these conditional damage things where you're not necessarily being able to take advantage of this because your opponent doesn't necessarily have a bunch of bench Pokemon or doesn't have, you know what I mean? Like, could this ever hurt you? And then it's like, oh man, I'm not doing much damage at all.
So it could, but there are ways around it. Playing something like Mawile GX, you can look at your opponent's hand, put their basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench as like an ability. You can utilize Echoing Horn from this set as well. It basically says, well, it doesn't basically, it just says put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench.
All right, so you can like manipulate things, but that seems like a lot of work for this one attack.
Yeah,
I could see why Shadow Rider is more popular.
Yeah, but it's the fact that this thing can attack, one energy turn 1, one energy turn 2, and then you're either doing that attack or Max Lance, which does 10 damage, but it's for 2 waters. It says you may discard up to 2 energy from this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 120 more damage for each card you discarded in this way.
Okay.
So you go from doing a little bit of damage to 250 damage.
Yeah, all right. I see it. I see the path.
Do you see the path to the peak?
I see the path to the peak. We're looking at this article on Pokemon.com, and Path to the Peak is mentioned here. And I know, Adam, you talked about that last week, but this card's going to be, is this like a potential like new staple?
Yes. Yeah, this is the new power plant because it works against V Pokemon and V Max and GX Pokemon. So anything that has an ability with a rule box, it just stops.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So, yeah, watch out for that.
But the Galarian birds are also mentioned in this article, and you talked about those last week as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. Like Zapdos being thrown in the decks to one-shot Eternatus, Moltres being able to attach extra dark energies, and Articuno being able to draw extra cards.
Yeah.
They're all really good support Pokemon.
But, all right, well, in terms of the Calyrex, right? Like, let's say you wanted to build a deck on Shadow Rider Calyrex, right? What do you have to run as far as a line between the V and the V Max?
4/4.
All right. So what I looked at was, let's say you want to build this and you're not concerned about pulling the cards. You just want to buy the cards a la carte, right? I was like, how much is this going to cost you? And I looked up the prices, and currently on TCG Player, a Shadow Rider Calyrex V is $7.75. So if you're going to need 4 of those, that's $30 right there. And then the VMAXs are $25 each. So it's like $100 in VMAXs, $130, $140. Like,
and that's just for the Pokemon.
This is an expensive expensive proposition to buy these cards outright. And there's secret rares, there's full arts, there's alternate arts, there's alt art, full arts. Like, there's other variations of these cards that are even more expensive. But I don't know, man. It's like, how rare are these things to pull? And are the people that are playing them, are they playing them off of cards they've pulled, or are they playing them off of cards they've bought? Because like, these prices are pretty steep.
Yeah, they are the money card in the set, I would say.
Yeah.
I will say there is hope, because there is a TCG product coming out. I don't know the exact date, but it is Ice Rider and Shadow Rider Calyrex.
Okay.
In the box.
Will that have like another alternate art? Is it like a promo?
It might be the promo, but it also might be just the normal card.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I just know that I've seen the images of the product.
It's always interesting when that kind of thing happens. That's like with the Dedenne in the Trainer's Toolkit, like how a high demand card that holds good value in the aftermarket then like it comes out in a box and everybody could get it, and the value just like immediately plummets.
Yeah. That's what happened with Zashan. And they were like, how many times can we print this? Let's put it in the ADP deck, the League Battle. We'll make a promo of it in a tin. We'll throw it in Sword and Shield. We'll make it have its secret rare to Sword and Shield and a full art. And then, then we'll print gold and black and gold ones. That's good. And then we'll make that big box not as exclusive and just make one of Zashin and one of Zamazenta.
But and Ice Rider isn't as expensive as Shadow Rider, but it's still pretty pricey. I mean, the VMAXs are going for like, now this is so weird. Right now on TCG Player, and this is why the market is funky, there's a seller selling the VMAX for $12, and in the secret rare VMAX for $19. So it's like it's still way cheaper than a regular Shadow Calyrex VMAX to get the secret rare version of Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. So I thought that was interesting, but yeah, it's, what kind of support cards do you need to run for Calyrex? Like what? Because I'm sure that some of those cards are pricey too.
Yeah, I know Zapdos is one of them, but for the most part it's pretty much just Calyrex.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean that I guess that's the bomb stuff out of Chilling Reign.
Yes. Next up, we'll look at some art from Chilling Reign, and so there's cards featuring snow.
Well, it's called Chilling Reign. It's kind of like an icy theme. The logo is like frozen, so that makes sense.
Right? So cards featuring snow is like, they have the article up and it's on Pokemon.com, but it's Score Bunny, and Score Bunny's got a big giant ball of snow that it's pushing. Deerling is in a forest and it's snowing, and Blitzel is also just kind of like chilling out on an iceberg.
The Score Bunny looks like a snowball version of a dung beetle. It looks like it's just pushing a giant snowball. Like they couldn't made it kicking the snowball. I guess they could save that for the further evolutions, but
yeah.
but these are cute.
Yeah, it's really nice to see, and then the Saucebuck actually has it's kind of like it's evolved. It's in its snow form, or winter form, I should say.
Yeah.
And it's in the forest still. It's just kind of like in a more of an open area. But like Grookey's also in the snow, and Rockruff's in the snow. Rockruff is probably the cutest because it's like burrowing like a dog.
Yeah,
would
I
do
like that one.
In the snow.
I don't know. The Blitzel is kind of the Blitzel is very cartoony, so I kind of like that.
The Blitzel
one.
is concerning. Okay,
he's standing on a little iceberg, only the size of its footprints.
Yeah, it's gonna die.
He's not going anywhere.
No,
he's going where the current's going.
Exactly.
All right, what's next?
There's some that say like thank you for your cooperation, because it's Pokemon working together. So you've got a Weedle doing like chin ups, and then and that's from a branch up high, and it's looking down, and there's a Heracross that's also doing like sit ups.
Yeah,
it's on the ground. So they're like egging each other on.
I like that.
Then you've got Obama Snow, and he's like throwing the fruit, and Sneasel's like the fruit ninja, and cutting all the fruit in half.
Yeah, but this is a Sneasel card.
Yeah, it's a Sneasel card. Yeah. But still, like, it's absolutely hilarious. And then you've got a Sobble who's super scared and is on a Passimian, Rapid Strike. But the Passimian's just chilling out like, don't worry, little guy. I got you.
I got you, dog. He's like holding his hand like, it's okay.
It's okay. Good. We'll make it through this.
The next section is weird. Like, it says that's just gross. And you'd expect some kind of like nasty stuff. I don't necessarily consider this stuff too gross, but I see why they put it here. So there's a a Gengar using Lick, and even though Lick isn't like one of its moves on the card, it's just like sticking out its tongue, so I guess that's gross. Then you have one of Galarian wheezing, just kind of polluting the air, and there's like 3 different types of like smoke and smog clouds, like, so I guess that's gross. And then in the one really gross one, you've got Galarian Slowking, who, you know, has the shell on its head, but there's like green oozy stuff dripping out of it, like onto its hand from the side of the shelter. So that one lives up to the name, in my opinion. That's pretty gross.
That's
pretty gross. And there's a couple other categories here, but like there's one that's called Pokemon Anger Management. It has angry Pokemon. It's really good. But they do have a section dedicated to an artist, and this is Sanosuke Sakuma. And these cards are amazing. And his art style is like really awesome. There's an Inkay that, I don't know, it looks like it could be from like, I don't know, the world of Gumball or something like that. Just very cartoony, like lots of colors, holding a bunch of stuff in its hands, really funny looking, just super cute. Then there's the trainer Caitlin, and I don't know, this just screams kind of like anime to me. Like it's a very, I don't know, it's just like a majestic looking version of Caitlin. It's pretty cool. And probably my favorite one is a Brawly trainer supporter card, Rapid Strike, where Brawly is throwing like
rapid strike hands.
Like rapid strike hands, like da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like all drawn out, all these fists. Very, very like anime style. So it looks really, really good. But I don't know, Adam, what's your favorite out of all these categories, everything we talked about? I think I like the dripping boogers coming out of Galarian Slowking. What do you like?
I like the workout ones. Or like, thank you for your cooperation. I like it when you see multiple Pokemon in an image.
I do like that too. That's cool. That's cool. I like when both versions of the cards are like both Pokemon's perspectives. Like that's always fun.
Yeah, I like it when you've got one perspective and then it goes to the next. Like there's a Hitmonchan and a Hitmonlee that like are on opposite sides of the mountain.
Exactly. So you see it from both of their perspectives. Yeah, I like that.
That I think is wicked cool.
All right, you know what else I think is wicked cool? Opening Pokemon cards. Let's do it.
It's Pokemon.
All right, so thank you so much to TN Comics for supplying the cards for today's opening. TNComics.com is our number one source for everything we need card related. And you can definitely get in on pre-orders and pack breaks and, all types of fun stuff that's going on over at TNComics.com. Use checkout code FULLHEAL at checkout. One word, FULLHEAL, and get an extra 5% off of your total order. So they sent us over some Battle Styles. So on our Zoom call just before this recording, we opened a lot of cards. Everybody opened a lot of cards. Like,
yes,
Adam ripped through an ETB, like 2 weeks. I don't know. It was just cards were flying everywhere. I opened about 6 or 7 packs, and I didn't get diddly squat. So I have a green code card, so it looks like that tradition is going to continue.
No.
Oh, jeez. All right, but my code is QDMZQDH2NXYC4. Good luck. I've got Fighting Energy, Tool Jammer, Golbat, Gliscor, Formantis, Remoraid, Spearow, Pachirisu, Cherubi. Reverse Hollow is a Cacturn, and my rare is a non-hollow Primeape Single Strike.
Oof.
Ugh. Weak.
All right. Weak sauce.
We're going
to try to change that around.
Yep, please.
All right. My code card is HB6YQTT297M29. Good luck, trainers. Fighting Energy, Escape Rope, Tower of Waters, Weepinbell, Manfu, Yamper, Glameow, Corphish, Scatterbug. Reverse Hollow is a rare Meowstic. Oh! A gold secret rare shiny Houndoom.
Are you what?
I can't make this up. And I just traded this to my friend at GameStop for the full art. Like he had the full art Empoleon. Whew. All right.
Wow.
Taking a picture. Hang on.
Wow. All right. So Adam's pulling the fire. All right. Well, thank you so much, TN Comics. We hope everyone checks out that site. They're really, really good people, and they love the cards. They love the community, and we're honored to work with them. It's awesome. Wow, Adam.
Yeah, thank you guys
that's
so much.
2 weeks in a row. Solid pulls. That's good stuff.
Just
that's
trying
good
to breathe.
stuff.
Just trying to breathe.
Give me a sleeve.
Literally, I just was like panicking because I was like, I just used all my sleeves for like the 2 or 3 pulls I just had.
That's so funny. All right, Adam. Well, why don't we move on to card of the week? And I selfishly picked this one because I want to learn about this card because I want to run this deck. So I'm looking for some insights here. Why don't you take it home?
All right. So card of the week is Ball Guy. Ball Guy is a supporter from Shining Fates. It says search your deck for up to 3 different item cards that have the word ball in their name. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck.
All right, doesn't sound too enthralling.
It doesn't. But when you have support cards like Yamper, it says Ball Search. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may put a Pokeball card, a Great Ball card, or one of each from your discard pile into your hand. So that's basically this is allowing you to search for balls and play more balls. And then there is a Mr. Rhyme and a Mr. Mime. The Mr. Rhyme has an attack called Ball Juggling. It does 10 damage, and it says discard any number of item cards that have ball in their name from your hand. This attack does 40 more damage for each card discarded in this way. So already you can go search for 3. You play one of them, you play down a Yamper, you get 2 back. You play Scoop Up Net to bring the Yamper back to your hand, play it down again. You play Ordinary Rod to get the Yampers back into your deck, or the Mr. Rhyme, one of the others. And you've got Quick Ball, you've got Level Ball, Pokeball, Great Ball. There are more balls coming out in future sets. If we're thinking in terms of Sword and Shield and on, those are the balls that you have to work with. Previously, you have Cherish Ball, so you could utilize that to go get a Dedenne GX or an Oricorio GX. Those allow you to discard cards. But for now, we're playing Mr. Rhyme with like Crobat V, essentially.
So the attacker is Crobat V, like one of the heavier hitters?
No. The attacker is Mr. Rhyme.
Is Mr. Rhyme. Okay.
Yeah, you play a 4/4 copy of Mr. Rhyme. You play 4 Yampers to get as many balls into your hand as possible. And then you use Ball Juggling. And you play Twin Energy to power up Mr. Rhyme's attack.
Got it. Awesome.
And then, I think with that being said, you're probably going to need, because this acceleration energy is going to rotate, so you probably want XP share to be able to like rotate energies back to your other Mr. Rhymes. So if you can play a couple basic energies.
So
you could play water to get away with using like Frost Smash for 80.
Yeah, see, that's
not the attack you want to do, but you could also throw in a dark energy depending on what the next set has. There could be something that fits into this a little bit better.
I don't know, man. I just think that this would be a really fun deck to play with, just because you really are juggling. You really are moving the balls around from it just seems so fun. Like you really are. We're just rotating the balls throughout. I think that's super fun. And the Ball Guy full art is just a phenomenal looking card, and I need it in my life.
Yes, I mean I have several, so there might be one in your near future.
Yes.
As of this recording, I have 43 cards out of a 60 card deck that's being like prepared and ready for Ken.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna physically send it to him.
Amazing. That's awesome.
So he'll have this deck in his hand probably by the end of the month.
Yes. Oh, I want to play so bad. All right, well, ball guy, go get some balls. It sounds so fun.
Yeah, we'll have to like stream something where like you're videotaping you're recording your screen down play, so like we can do a game. That'd be really cool.
For sure. All right, let's go over to art of the week. Our RNG had picked Ursaring, and like when I remember like when it first got picked, I was like, "Oh, awesome, Ursaring." But now looking at the cards, I'm kind of excited.
Yes. So, first one we have here is from the Radiant collection. Ken, if you want to pronounce the name.
Is it?
No, the one at the bottom.
The one at the bottom?
The third one down.
Okay. Why are you doing them out of order?
Well, because I like the middle one the best.
Okay. All right, so this Radiant Collection card, the artist is Sanosuke Sakuma.
This one is gorgeous. So this is like the sun setting, it's bedtime. It's clearly an Ursaring parent because it's got a sleeping Teddy Ursa on it, and it's like the sun rays as it's going down are shining through the tree.
Yeah, it's super cute.
It's totes adorable.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It'd be nice if there were little like floettes or flabébés on the little flowers that are right there. That would look really cool. And the next two are by this artist. Ken, take it away.
It is Mitsuhiro Arita.
And this first one is from Mysterious Treasures. This one's absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Ursaring is standing on like a mountaintop, and it's kind of got this stance like, "Don't mess with me or my children." And
right.
And the sun, again, the sun's setting behind it, but the way that the light is just radiating off of Ursaring's back is so cool.
It's daunting.
It's like the brightest is like right under its legs, and then it gets darker as it goes up. Like just the scale of it going from so bright to, the darker sky is just flawless. And it's just so much passion and anger in this one image. It's so good.
Well, that's funny because it has an attack called Bad Temper, so that fits.
Definitely. And then the number one Ursaring that I've never even seen until the RNG hit is the Ursaring from Skyridge.
It's the greatest. It's the same artist as the last card, Mitsuhiro Arita.
It is sitting in a hot tub.
Like a hot spring. Yeah.
Hot spring. And it is literally just chilling out. It's got its feet set up. It's so relaxed. And it's almost like, it looks like it's whistling. Like
it does look like it's whistling. He's just like
whistling the bare necessities.
Yeah. That's great.
And it's just so relaxed. I've never seen this card, but this is so gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
No, seriously. This is it's super stunning.
No, it is good. It's definitely good. There's one more.
We have one more.
We've got one more. This one is from Darkness Ablaze. I picked this one because this is like the angry representation of Ursaring, where it has like claws out, it's mid-attack, and it's like looking very, very aggressive, like rah, like it's coming at you. So I thought this one was a nice balance to like the beautiful Ursaring like sitting with the baby Teddy Ursa and chilling in a hot spring. I thought this was a good one to show
too
like
relaxed and too angry.
Yeah. This one is like very aggressive. So very different art styles. So just definitely check out the blog on our site. a couple days after this episode airs, and you can check out all the cards that we're talking about, so you can see what they look like and actually put a visual to our descriptors.
A face to the name.
Yes. Yes.
Right,
but
ready?
Adam, go ahead.
Are you ready for the RNG?
Yes. What is it? Who
it's
will
loading.
it be?
It's loading. Slugma.
Oh, yes. Slugma. All right. Slugma will be the art of the week.
I guess that's
for
exciting.
Next week.
Who's excited for Slugma? Let us know.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't necessarily excited for Ursaring, and then I saw the cards, and I was like, wait, these are awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a good one. I'm sure of it.
All right, but Adam, that was about a half an hour of show. We should take a break.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
And we are back from our break. I have just been staring at this gold Houndoom single strike.
I probably would as well. That's a sick pull, dude.
Like I know you were like, I gotta get some water, I gotta breathe, and I'm like, I just want to keep looking at this card.
I'm jealous. I need a good pull.
The first one I pulled was on stream, so that was cool. But you do need a good pull.
Yes, I'm due. No, I had the Alcremie last week, but yeah. Anyway, we got a little housekeeping to run through before the back half of the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And all patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Huge shout out to our gym leader patrons, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magic Carpe Diem, Paul, Sharkfin Talon, and TN Comics Wiz. Special thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. And remember, our merch store is available, PokemonProfessor.com/merch. Adam, we got a couple listener emails. You want to read through this first one?
Yes. First one is from Sean McDonald. I want to start by saying that I love what you guys are doing with the podcast. Josh is missed, but Adam and Ken's chemistry leaks over from their 2 other shows and makes the show so good. I love Ken's enthusiasm that he brings, but I was writing to tell you guys something that inspired me and a suggestion for the show. First, I want to show I love the idea of the special conditions booster packs. It's not easy to find cards, so it feels good to know that you're doing something to help. I was lucky enough to win one and wanted to be able to do something similar. So me and my daughter gave out packs that we made to all the kids in the neighborhood today. It felt great. Love seeing the kids get so excited. Reminds me of when I was a kid, but something I wanted to suggest for the show. I loved when Adam gave his tips on adjusting the league battle decks to make them more competitive. I was wondering if he could do that for the Inteleon deck. I love that. I love the idea of it, but I'm not great at deck building yet, and I don't have the expertise to make it fully competitive. Well, sorry for the long email and grammar errors, LOL. Keep it up, guys. Stay safe.
What a great email.
That is an awesome email. I'm glad that you did that with your daughter. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's like good vibes all around.
Yeah.
For real.
Also think about it for like Halloween. Like instead of giving out candy, you can give out like Pokemon cards. Well, you can do like a mix of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's if people want candy, they can grab candy or both. A pack of cards and candy. It doesn't have to be anything rare. Just commons and stuff is cool.
Yeah, but Sean, I think in regards to the idea of taking that Inteleon deck and spicing it up, Adam, I think that could actually make a pretty cool segment for the show, where we take a off-the-shelf deck, whether it's a theme deck or whatever, and talk about how to use that as the foundation for a much better deck. So then you buy that deck for $13, and then maybe you spend, $20-$30 just on a couple cards to supplement that deck, and all of a sudden you have a competitive deck and you've spent less than $50.
Yeah, that would be really easy.
So, all right. So why don't we do that next week, and we'll talk about this Inteleon deck.
That sounds perfect.
Sean, great idea. Check back next week for the for the full story on that. I love that idea. I think that's good because I'm a huge theme deck fan. So, and I always love the fact that they are upgradable because they would never come with the GX. They would never come with the tag team. They would, just have like the baby versions, like the basic versions of the cards. So sure, you could spice it up and just use those for other versions, but you just don't see that off the shelf. Now with their standard format decks, like their Elite Battle decks, it's the same thing. Like you could even change those up. But I think from a theme deck perspective, it's much more value oriented. So that's why I really like that idea. So good stuff.
And I do like that Inteleon already is like a level 2. Because the theme decks are level 1 and the Inteleon is a level 2. So it's like this deck is competitive off the shelf, but it can still be adjusted.
But like the level stuff, doesn't that kind of refer to like the level of complexity in the deck of like what, it's
yes
like
and no. It's I mean there's a lot of stuff going on, but Inteleon's pretty simple.
Okay.
Just, hey, here's Frostmoth, attach a bunch of energies, do a bunch of damage.
Nice. All right, well, we got another email here. This was a short one. This is from Liam. He says, love the show. It's helped my son, who's 5 years old, and I learned how to play the game. I'm looking forward to playing in local tournaments. Thanks so much for your thoughtful show, and keep it up. Yay!
Thank you.
What a great positive little email. Thank you, Liam. Appreciate the support. Best of luck to you and your 5-year-old son. 5 years old, man. That's a solid age to get on the competitive tip. That's great, man.
Listen, if you can get them to sit through an entire game, that is like
that's
the most important.
That's a win.
Thing.
That's a win.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
a win. Yeah, my son. It's like we play one game. It's like I don't know if I could take him to a tournament for best 2 out of 3. It's like Swiss is okay. It's like quick and easy, but anything longer than that, it's like when's lunch?
Yeah.
Can I play Fortnite?
Yeah, I was gonna say squirrel.
Squirrel. That's me at work though. Squirrel.
All right, well, Adam, I've got a good conversation here that I want to engage you with and get your thoughts because I started putting some ideas together here, and I think I've got some good topics. So I want to talk about the state of the card market, and kind of I guess I'll start with the Logan Paul effect. And everyone has talked about Logan Paul. He's been in the press, blah blah blah. It's so annoying to talk about it, because you don't want that to be a reality, but unfortunately that's the reality. And the fact that he ended up collaborating with Leonhardt, it almost like added this credibility for some to Logan Paul. And we all know that kind of like created this spiral in the market, and he's buying these, hundreds and $200,000 boxes and this and that. And then like he was on the Mayweather fight, he's wearing the Charizard around his neck. Like that whole thing influenced the card market so much that prices went crazy, demand went crazy, scalpers went crazy. It had a front perspective, heavy news covered thing. And it blew everything up, blew the top off of all the cards. And I wanted to talk about what this means specifically. Like we could talk about the good and the bad of Logan Paul and all that, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just saying what it's like because of that, and what the impact that this has had on retail availability, and even specialty retailers like TN Comics, and ultimately like marketplaces like TCG Player, because this whole thing is like an umbrella that trickles down to all these areas. And I guess what was the turning point? It was Vivid Voltage, right? Where things became impossible to get?
Impossible. Yeah, Vivid Voltage. And it's still there. Vivid Voltage is still such a sought after set, because of the hyper rare Pikachu, because of the value that it holds, because of the amazing rares. Like, there was just so much to pull from that set.
And but fast forward to today, how is Chilling Reign?
Chilling Reign is still on the shelves. Like, I can still find it.
So you could go to a big
Battle
box
Styles,
store and
still
get
on
it.
the shelves. I could still find it.
Like, at your Target right now, if you went, there's cards.
There's probably a handful of packs, some structure decks, and the Galarian Rapidash.
Okay. So are we out of the woods with this scarcity thing? And do you think the fact that retailers like Target, but is it because they're limiting to two items or whatever? Like, is that why? Because of the retailer limits?
It has to be, at least to a degree. Like Walmart, I've gone into multiple Walmarts. They're all sold out. The only Walmart that has anything is the one that keeps it all locked up and says 1 per day, per person.
Huh? I guess that's why they have it.
Exactly. But like, that's the thing. Like, they have tons of single packs because everybody's bought everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like they're never going to get rid of their single packs because people are buying one at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Which is fine. Which is fine. It is nice to go into that Walmart and say, I'm going to pick up a snack and get a pack of cards. And it is nice to walk into Target now and be like, I mean, I don't know if like I even had 2 packs and I was like, do I even need these packs?
Yeah, or you just getting them because they're there.
Well, I was just saying, am I getting them because it's limiting me to 2? And it's like, if I don't buy 2, then I'm not fulfilling.
Taking advantage.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, I went to like the normal section where they normally are in the toy aisle. So I just put those there. And I think for some reason I had to go there the next day because we were getting some gifts for her wedding. And it was like, I walked in and those packs were gone. They weren't there.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It's like, okay, so some kid probably saw those, was like, hey, Pokemon cards. Because it's like, as an adult, they have them all on the top shelf, and it's like, how are any kids supposed to get to those?
Yeah. All right, well, now let's talk about the secondhand market. And I think that this is important, and understanding like how the craze of the market has influenced like stupid prices, like ridiculous prices on cards, and how things are starting to taper and starting to settle. But understanding how the secondhand market is like crucial to the collecting aspect and the I don't know, the longevity of the collectability of these cards is based in value. Now, that's a weird thing because there's certain like creators and there's certain processes that we see online that exploit the fact that market value is important to the community. Like it's always fun to say like, oh my god, I pulled the Pikachu Rainbow, this card is worth this much. If it's graded, it can be worth this much. Like, that's exciting. But that's different from the person that's going to the stores to buy the product to resell it to, take advantage of people or to sell it like a ridiculous premium. So it's benefit a lot of like individuals because they could pull that shiny Charizard and sell it for a couple $100 because the market is nuts. But in the same effect, that hurts some of the stuff. You see this crazy stuff. Like if you go on eBay, obviously eBay is going to be a much broader and wide open marketplace than something like TCG Player. But you see like these ridiculous auctions that are just like, the prices don't make sense.
And the people are paying them too. You like look at like auctions ending soonest and you're like, why is
what?
That?
Why? It doesn't make sense. And it's just because people are uneducated. They don't understand there's better ways to get these cards at competitive prices because the secondhand market is a thing. It's good. It's important. But it just stinks that a lot of the people that turn from not being able to get the stuff at big box stores to go to eBay and then they pay these exorbitant prices because they think that's what it's worth. It's painful to watch. It's like painful. And I just hate that. And then we have like the card break culture. And I want to talk about this because I just started working for a company that does baseball card breaks, and the customers spend a lot of dough, like big money. But my company makes it exceptionally entertaining, and you double dip on the money you spend, and you earn all these bonuses and play these games, and it's like it's a whole thing. And I watch some of these Pokemon card breakers sometimes that could be selling like booster packs for $500-$600 on these like older sets, and they just rip through the cards. And when they pull the card, it's only about the market value. It's only about the money, and it feels weird. And like I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that. So it's like, I don't know, Adam. How is like being someone who's been a part of the card community forever, understanding what it takes to pull cards and purchase cards to build decks and be competitive, like how difficult has the last year been on the competitive player in terms of like acquiring cards for your deck? Like, has it made it almost unobtainable to do certain things?
So if we were that's the tricky part, is because COVID hit and there were no tournaments. Leagues just started kicking back up like this month and possibly last month, but like we haven't had to have cards physically. Like I haven't battled anybody physically, so I haven't had the urge to buy anything.
But that being said, though, the oddity of that is that the market is going nuts. The amount of transactions that are happening are nuts, and they're not from the competitive players, because the competitive players didn't necessarily need the physical cards, like you're saying.
Right, because we've been able to adjust and play on PTCGO. But it's like still needing the code cards, still needing to be able to unlock packs to trade for the cards you need for your deck.
Right.
So that's been a little tough. I will say, like Chilling Reign, like I did not buy a booster box. I didn't get one. I wasn't one of the lucky ones. And I'm not going to pay over like the price that I know it is. You know, like I shouldn't be paying more than $100. And if I am, then I'm not buying it.
Now you can't necessarily. I don't think Target or Walmart has ever carried booster boxes, but like ETBs, the glory of it is they're retail. You're paying MSRP,
right?
Where on even some of these specialty secondhand retailers or card distributors, you're gonna pay a premium.
Yeah, I was in Newberry Comics, and it's like they have all these different Elite Trainer boxes, but they're all $70, $80, $100. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Every single pack they have there is like $8 or $9. Heck no. Even that Inteleon deck, they have an entire shelf of just that Inteleon deck. Like so many. Like they probably have like 40 or 50 of them, and they're like $35, and it's like it's a $30 item.
Yeah, it's like why? But the thing is, people pay. That's why they could do it. That's why they could do it. Is the prices are inflated. People pay it. I've seen there's this guy on TikTok. I forget his name. Jeez, but he does individual pack breaks for Pokemon and Shining Fates. He's charging like $10-$15 a pack, and it's like people pay. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's
where you can walk into a Barnes and Noble and get a Shining Fates mini tin for $8.99.
But like I remember a year ago walking into a Target and seeing like a stack of old ETBs from previous sets. Like they just had them.
Listen, I walked in, saw a Shining Legends ETB. I saw 2 of them. And I still have them both sealed in my little Target container because the market value went up on them. Like I bought them at $20. They were $60 at that time. Like I still have the receipt somewhere. I just saw it the other day. And those ETBs are like $300 or $400.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. See, and that's where the secondary card market comes in. It's like, are you a reseller? because you care about the value, because you're watching as an investment, you're watching the value of your property go up. Like, it's such a weird dynamic. It's like, I just think that the
it's
line
hard because it's like I don't want to sell them.
That's what I mean.
I should.
Like, but you just care about the value.
Well, I care about having one of them sealed, you know?
That's the difference between a collector, an investor, and the scalper. You know what I mean? It's like you're both in it for the money, but the money in different ways. Like the scalper wants cash in hand. You want the value of it as part of your collection. It's such a cool convo. It's so weird. It's so weird. But when will this Logan Paul thing, like, when will this not be a thing anymore? Will it ever not be a thing? Or is
Well, okay, so hear me out. The 25th anniversary set comes out later this year, and we've already seen pictures of a Charizard, a Blastoise, and a Venusaur from base set redone with the 25th anniversary logo, and then they're all like gold sparklies all the way around it. So there's another Charizard. They're just continuing to do this. Like, Pokemon knows that people will spend money if they put a Charizard in the set.
Of course.
And collectors, scalpers, etc. are like, whoa, a Charizard. It's going to be like a battle to whoever gets the first pack, whether it be like an early release at a Walmart and they send it off to PSA to get it graded in under a day or whatever they can do.
Speaking of PSA, man, PSA has been crazy. They shut down almost all their services except their like ultra high end like Mega Express service, and they just turned on like their $200 Express service, which is for cards declared with a declared value up to $2,500. It's like the sports cards have like taken over the ability to get stuff graded. Because there's just not Pokemon cards in that value range that it's worth like saying, hey, I'm going to sell this graded card, but I'm willing to take a $200 chunk out of it just to get the thing graded. It's like the amount of those cards right now is so rare. You're not seeing that from anything modern in Pokemon. So it's like,
right.
It's so weird.
And here I am like, oh man, I just want Delibirds graded.
SGC. Oh man, but I don't know, Adam. I want the Logan Paul effect to be done, and I want people to care about the cards for the game and the art and the fun and the nostalgia. Oh,
well,
dude.
I think once the 25th anniversary kind of comes and goes, I think we will find that good balance shortly after.
But also they ramped up production. So
exactly.
I don't know, man. But what I do know is that was a show.
Yeah, it was a show.
But before we go, I do want to give a shout out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Kanto, Cody, Ken, Lynchbot, MD, Mike, M. Pitts, Pokénabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Todd, The Noise, and Woodwoes Wolf. Thank y'all so much for your support.
And remember, you can email us, info@specialconditionstcg.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text us, send us a picture, 732-835-8639. And remember, trainers, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.